Good evening. This is the Oscar expert here with Brother Bro. It is time for our final Golden Globe predictions.
Ooh, final. That's scary.
Well, keep in mind though, there are going to be a couple awards that go out after this video, and should they influence me, I will change my predictions, but this is what we're going for now. Let's start with Drama Picture. Now, I see being 5 of these 6. Irishman, 1917, Marriage Story, obviously getting in. 4, 5, and 6 is where it gets tricky. What do you leave out? Ford v Ferrari on one hand is like 6 on Gold Derby, but I honestly don't see how the Golden Globes pass on this one, because Bohemian Rhapsody, Hacksaw Ridge, Mad Max were considered surprises at this time of the year for the Golden Globes, believe it or not. And Rush. Oh my god, Rush. Literally the same movie.
Well, they didn't have like any good movies in drama to nominate when they nominated Rush.
No.
This is more like Bohemian Rhapsody or Hacksaw Ridge, because they like that crowd-pleasing shit. Even The Theory of Everything got nominated when that wasn't like expected to be a Globes contender. You wouldn't necessarily think they would go for Lion, but they like those crowd pleasers. They're gonna nominate Ford v Ferrari. Like, I really think they're gonna nominate it.
Little Women, they're just like gonna nominate that too, right? It got like the best possible reviews you could imagine. So I don't see how they don't nominate it, especially when they'll likely nominate it for score, actress, and supporting actress. So there you go. But then Joker, oh man, like the Golden Globes could easily nominate this thing. I'm not underestimating it.
We don't know what Joker is. We know that there's a giant clot of people that just go on every Twitter post and say Joker's the best movie of the year, but we don't know if they are the Golden Globes people.
They didn't nominate The Dark Knight. That pushed me over the edge.
Yeah,
I would be surprised if anything but these 6 gets in. Two Popes, Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, Richard Jewell are the others that could maybe surprise. I just don't really see it though.
Yeah, I don't see it either.
Comedy Musical Picture. Potentially tougher because I think you have a top 8 here that is extraordinarily strong. Jojo Rabbit and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood are your front runners. You should not bet against them. I think that the next closest thing you have to a lock is Rocket Man.
The next closest?
Yeah. Why
really?
Not? What are you going to pick?
I don't know. I think it's just as likely as anything else. They don't need to nominate. If it's not there, I won't piss my pants.
I would be surprised because it's just so their thing. And also Rocket Man is campaigning its little ass off.
I feel like Rocket Man is as likely as Cats, Cole.
Come on.
Because they nominated, I know you know what I'm going to say.
The Greatest
Showman. They nominated
but Justin,
that movie.
The reputation behind Cats is tainted like no other movie I've ever seen.
Tom Hooper!
Even though Cats is number 8, I can still see it getting nominated.
They have to nominate the musical of the year, Cole.
Knives Out is 4 because that movie just killed it at Thanksgiving box office, and it's just loved across the board. How do they not nominate this crowd pleaser? I feel like my list right here is in order of what is the most contender for the Oscars.
Which is not what is
not
not
necessarily.
How they
Maybe
not
not
how they
necessarily.
nominate here. They didn't nominate 8th Grade. They didn't nominate The Big Sick. And those are movies that were somewhere on the list, you know?
I have Hustlers next.
Been doing well in the
Shoving itself in there here and there.
Box office hit. That movie could definitely get in.
Dolomite Is My Name, I think, is on Gold Derby's top 5. And yes, I could totally see this getting in.
It's a pure comedy, too.
It is a pure comedy, but I think that they could Inherent Vice / 50-50 it, where they nominate the lead actor, and then they can leave the movie out. I don't really know why you'd have to nominate the movie. I feel like nominating Eddie Murphy's good enough, but that's just my opinion.
I'll tell you what, though. Different from you, I'm going to leave Cats in. I'm going to stick to
what?
my guns on
For
this
what?
one.
What are you taking out?
I don't freaking know. I could flip a coin, but I know Cats is going to stay in.
Jesus. And Booksmart, also possible, but it's a little indie. They didn't nominate 8th Grade.
Oh, director category. This is going to be...
I don't know
what's going to be a hot category.
The 3 that I am not moving are Scorsese, Sam Mendes, and Bong Joon-ho. I think that those are the top 3. I'm not going to move them out. I mean, the Globes love Tarantino. It's hard to see them snubbing him. Marriage Story, they could fucking snub Baumbach. They also might just love Marriage Story too, and it's getting so many other nominations probably.
The Favorite did very, very well, and that did not get a director nomination. And also, Luca Guadagnino, he wasn't nominated for Call Me By Your Name, and people thought at this point that he was getting nominated. They do some devastating director snubs. That's what I'm trying to get at here.
I'm doing it, Justin. I'm putting Taika Waititi above. But I could last minute change this. Baumbach is the safer pick, but if JoJo's winning comedy and
Which
beating
we think
Hollywood,
it is. Which we think it is.
Generally, the movie that wins comedy either is nominated in director or is not nominated, but nothing else is. So if Tarantino's getting nominated and JoJo wins, which we think is going to happen, then how are you not going to nominate the JoJo director?
They
Hollywood?
nominated Peter Farrelly for
That's the
Green
one.
Book.
That's the one.
And they also nominated Wes Anderson for Budapest Hotel before you or anybody thought he was going to get in. He was around like number 10. And then Grand Budapest Hotel wins Comedy Musical. I'm expecting JoJo to win Comedy Musical because it's more crowd pleasing than Hollywood. We're going to see a Waititi nomination here.
I want to be wrong so bad, but I really think they're going to nominate Waititi.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. Greta Gerwig, Little Women. It could happen. They will have to redeem themselves because they didn't nominate her for Lady Bird. James Mangold, Ford v Ferrari. If they really love this movie, oh my goodness, like what if they nominated for director?
But Gerwig could happen for Little Women. I don't know who she could take out. She could factor in just as well as anybody else.
Todd Phillips and Clint Eastwood are like shock.
That would be like the bribe
shockers.
nominee.
Yeah.
That would be the bribe nominee. We saw Ridley Scott for All the Money in the World, and we saw Tom Ford for Nocturnal Animals. I mean, they have done some weird shit.
But they also didn't nominate Eastwood for American Sniper, so. Drama actor. Adam Driver, Marriage Story. Joaquin Phoenix, Joker. These are the front runners. These are the locks. They are battling out to win. De Niro in The Irishman. Cannot fathom him not getting nominated. That would be so strange. Christian Bale, Ford v Ferrari is 4. Okay? Listen,
Hot take there.
listen,
Hot take.
folks. He is not on Gold Derby's top 5. I think he's number 6, though.
If we're going to guess that they're going to love Ford v Ferrari, I mean, he's part of that love. I think Bale is stronger than these candidates that come below him. If I go through this award season and I don't see Bale, like, really threatening the best actor race, I'll be surprised. I think at some point he's going to come in here, threaten. I think this is, like, the part where he starts to do that, where he really starts like, oh my god, is Bale going to get nominated for an Oscar for this movie?
Yeah, I think people are being a little too dismissive of him. I am torn between Jonathan Pryce and Antonio Banderas. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Will they nominate Banderas because he is like the bigger star? Does it help that they're the Hollywood foreign press? Not that much in the past, actually. The last time they nominated an actor for a foreign film was The Sea Inside. They actually don't do it as much as the Oscars, really. I don't know what to do.
I don't think the Golden Globes are going to give a shit about the two popes, Cole. I feel like they consider Banderas like their good old buddy. I might go with Banderas as having the edge over Price.
I'm going to keep Price at 5 for now, but anything could happen with my predictions until
Yeah.
then. Adam Sandler, Uncut Gems. I know what you're saying. We just found out the news. This is a drama. Sandler's not getting that comedy actor nomination. True.
Could it be possible that Sandler is like way stronger than we thought?
No, what if this is like Jake Gyllenhaal and Nightcrawler where we underestimate at first and then he gets a lot of nominations?
Yeah.
So he's number 7 because he's a legitimate threat.
Keep him at 7.
Paul Walter Hauser, George Mackay.
No.
Don't see it.
No.
But comedy musical actor. DiCaprio, Eddie Murphy, Edgerton. These are obvious locks. Nobody will keep these 3 out.
Yeah.
Roman Griffin Davis was my number 5 with Adam Sandler in here. I hope he gets it. If he doesn't get it, I'll be outraged. But now that Adam Sandler's gone, I'm even more confident. Daniel Craig and Knives Out. This is kind of a weird one, but again, he would be a better choice than anything else, probably.
And he's also like not a lead actor. If he got a nomination at the Academy Awards, he would be
supporting. I mean, this is a solid top 5 now. Himesh Patel in Yesterday is like maybe somebody who I can see if they decide nothing else. Drama actress. Renee Zellweger and Judy, Charlize Theron Bombshell, Scarlett Johansson, who they actually like a lot. We don't have to worry about her here. Marriage Story. Total locks. Saoirse Ronan, Little Women, totally in there. This 5th slot is where things get a little tricky. Most are predicting Cynthia Erivo, and I think perhaps rightly so. Lupita Nyong'o could pull a real, like, crazy threat here, too. If there's anywhere where she can do it, it might be here. But again, they didn't nominate Toni Collette in Hereditary, so. And then Alfre Woodard Clemency. Globes liking indies a little bit less. They're going to be less inclined to nominate Alfre Woodard than, say, the Critics' Choice or the Oscars.
Well, who else could surprise in that category?
It's Helen Mirren in The Good Liar. That's like
That
what
would
Gold
be-
Derby thinks, and I don't really agree with that.
Yikes. I can't tell if Erivo or Woodard is a bigger contender. Erivo plays Harriet Tubman, my god, is like obviously like Oscar. But Woodard is like tiny indie drama. Like maybe she gets an Oscar nomination.
Comedy musical actress Awkwafina the Farewell is looking like a frontrunner here, if nothing else than due to lack of competition. Constance Wu in Hustlers seems close to a lock, and it would be
Well-deserved.
well deserved. Beanie Feldstein and Booksmart, people are going back and forth. Caitlin Denver, Beanie Feldstein, both. Gold Derby thinks both. I have a hard time seeing them both get nominated, and yet Booksmart doesn't get Comedy Picture. If one of them gets it, it's going to be Beanie Feldstein, let's be honest.
But I also disagree that it couldn't get two actress and no comedy musical. Because the category's so weak here, like Caitlin Denver might have to like just be in here.
When the category's weak in the Golden Globes, they pick someone like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they'll plot them out of like the back of the line.
Emma Thompson for Late Night, I think, is also seems pretty in there.
Yeah, people think she's in there.
The one that I think they're going to pick out from the back of the line, though, is Charlize Theron in Long Shot. This
you think
reminds
so?
me of Jonah Hill's nomination for War Dogs. People were like, well, that movie came and went, but
That's
then
true.
boom. I don't think that anything else is like that strong, and I think she could surprise here. This is a kind of ballsy pick for me, and if it pays off, I will look brilliant. You got to go for the long shots sometimes, and I'm going for the long shot with Charlize Theron in Long Shot.
Now I think Jillian Bell, I was really eyeing her. Like, has anyone seen it, and are they even campaigning this movie is my question.
She could surprise. And so could Ana de Armas for Knives Out. She's such a new face, though. I don't know if the Globes have their eyes on her, but you know, I think they
She
should
would be a good pick.
Yeah,
She
I
would
think they
actually
should
a
be
really good
watching.
pick.
I would be happy to see her get in.
Now, someone in Cats, you have Francesca
Hayward is the lead. Even if Cats
Yeah.
got Comedy Musical, I don't know if I see her getting it because she's totally a newcomer.
Watch out for like a random ass supporting nomination
No
for
way.
somebody in Cats.
Oh my God.
Watch out for like a godforsaken nomination just somewhere in there.
Supporting actor: Brad Pitt, Al Pacino, Joe Pesci, totally in there. Tom Hanks, that would be an unforgivable snub. Most likely going to nominate him. And for number 5, Anthony Hopkins in The Two Popes. Willem Dafoe in The Lighthouse.
We haven't been seeing Willem Dafoe get that many nominations. In the
I haven't
Lighthouse.
seen him get anything yet. There hasn't been much. He could get The Lighthouse, but also the Golden Globes don't really love those weird indies.
I think what could surprise here, Cole, and which I seem to have convinced you to put on and take seriously, is Taika Waititi for Jojo Rabbit in supporting actor. He doesn't deserve it. But they like that goofy shit. They liked Sam Rockwell. They went, Sam Rockwell played George Bush, and they liked that. They nominated Florence Foster Jenkins, Simon Helberg, whatever his name is.
Like, that was the weirdest thing I've
Yeah.
ever seen
Or
in my life.
And Aaron Taylor Johnson. I mean, they do some weird ass shit here. Waititi wouldn't even be the weirdest, but they just might be like funny, and nominate him. Yeah, if
Let's
I
go
mean,
for
I
Hopkins.
want Hopkins.
Get Hopkins
I
in there.
want him nominated. He was fantastic in The Two Popes.
Sam Rockwell, Richard Jewell has been gaining momentum since that movie premiered as
That's
a
right.
contender, but
And if it wowed the Golden Globes, he might end up here.
Shia LaBeouf in Honey Boy, potentially weird outside shot. Jamie Foxx in Just Mercy is looking weak because the movie's weak. Sterling K. Brown, Waves, even less likely here than in general because Waves is just small. Supporting actress: Laura Dern, Marriage Story, one of the frontrunners. Jennifer Lopez in Hustlers. The Golden Globes are going to eat her performance up, I think. If she has a shot of winning anywhere, it's here, in fact.
A Jennifer Lawrence in American Hustle performance, isn't it?
Right. Margot Robbie, Bombshell. Now, I'm concerned because I haven't seen Margot Robbie get anything for Bombshell yet. She got a nomination for Hollywood at the Hollywood Film Critics. I don't know if the Golden Globes have jumped onto the Bombshell train for her. You know, in this coming week, if I see signs of nominations pointing towards her performance in Bombshell, I would feel more comfortable with this. And if not, I'm going to switch her out for Hollywood.
I can see the Golden Globes doing Hollywood and then the Oscars switching over to Bombshell like later.
Florence Pugh in Little Women has this built enough hype for Florence
Yeah, I
Pugh.
think she has it.
Everybody's coming out of that screening saying that she fucking kills it. So
People say
hopefully
she makes the
yeah.
movie come alive. Like she steals everything. I really hope Zhao Shuzhen gets in. But you just moved this. You just moved it.
did.
What did you just have in number 4?
Look, I had Kathy Bates and Richard Jewell. I was very skeptical about Zhao Shuzhen, but then I said, oh, they're going to nominate Zhao. Look, Kathy Bates and Richard Jewell, this could be some weirdo shit that maybe even only the Golden Globes do. She got big-time hype when this movie premiered. We don't know if she can go anywhere with it.
And also, we have to remember, the Golden Globes do some wonky shit. They nominated Rosamund Pike last year for A Private War, which, like, no one thought was going to get nominated at the Golden Globes.
And they might prefer to nominate a well-known like Kathy Bates over who the hell is Zhao Shuzhen.
But also, you know, you have Annette Bening in here who is supposed to be strong in the report.
What is the report? It might be absolutely nothing. On Amazon Prime right now, and nobody cares.
Some people probably.
The hype is dead. Nicole Kidman and Bombshell, are they going to double nominate here? I'm very skeptical of that.
It could happen, though.
Okay, Scarlett Johansson and Jojo Rabbit. For some reason, everybody thinks that she's going to get double nominated at the Golden Globes specifically for this in supporting and then Marriage Story lead. A lot of times, people think the Golden Globes are going to do some wonky shit that no one else will do, like nominating Ben Affleck and Gone Girl or something weird, and they just don't do it. So I'm not going to fall for this. It would also just be unfortunate because Thomas and Mackenzie was better, who also probably will not be nominated. Screenplay. Marriage Story, the most well-written movie of the year. Let's be real, folks. The Irishman, likely adapted screenplay winner at the Oscars. Tarantino wrote one, so that's in. And then Jojo Rabbit has, you know, that dramedy stuff that they're going to love. They're going to eat that up.
They're all movies that could win.
Green Book won screenplay. And for number 5, I believe on Gold Derby, it is The Two Popes. I'm not sure why they would nominate The Two Popes over Parasite.
Yeah.
Parasite is a hell of a screenplay.
Yeah.
And they nominated Roma last year. That wasn't technically supposed to happen according to Gold Derby, and it did. So they're not hesitant to do that. Why
it has
not?
a strong screenplay. The only reason people don't think it's going to get in there is because it's in another language, and I don't think that really matters.
Knives Out could be that movie like Molly's Game, where it gets nominated for screenplay. The screenplay in that film stands out, which sometimes they will nominate, like a Sorkin script. They'll nominate like Steve Jobs and Molly's Game, despite not nominating those. They'll nominate like Hateful Eight.
True.
You know, writers' movies that they will still nominate.
Yeah, this is going to be a hard category, and there might be some like big snubs here. I wonder if Little Women is actually like more of a screenplay movie than we think it is.
Best Score. Now, the Golden Globes can be a little funny with this category and nominate some interesting picks.
They're usually very tasteful, I would say.
1917 is going to win. Joker is getting nominated here for sure. For sure.
2 nominations for Joker. That doesn't sound like very many to me.
That's all that Arrival got, buddy. That's all that Arrival got. Marriage Story. Better nominate this one. Randy Newman's score was excellent. Little Women's score is looking like a very strong contender as well.
I agree that Michael Abels could see a nomination here for us and like not get anywhere else. Again, they have tasteful picks for score sometimes. Like they nominated the Steve Jobs score, which was like very underrated. All Is Lost won.
A Quiet Place got nominated last year. That was
yeah.
It's
Weird.
the same composer as Ford v Ferrari. The Aeronauts is probably being underestimated as a score contender by many. And then Ad Astra could be like, you know, that tasteful Golden Globes pick.
I actually think that like could definitely get nominated. I don't know.
Best Song. I'm Gonna Love Again from Rocketman. Into the Unknown, Frozen 2. Beautiful Ghosts from Cats, which is Taylor Swift. You can bet your ass that if they hear this song, they will want to nominate it. Stand Up from Harriet, Marshall, Selma, Mudbound. This kind of song happens a lot.
The civil rights anthem, as I like to call it.
Spirit from The Lion King, which is Beyonce. Are they going to resist being able to nominate Beyonce? I don't think so. Toy Story 4, Can't Let You Throw Yourself Away. Not as standout as the songs from the other films. Speechless in Aladdin. One Little Soldier in Bombshell, which is from Regina Spektor, but we'll see if that becomes a contender of sorts. Animated feature. Toy Story 4, Frozen 2. This category is very confusing to me because the Annie nominations just came out, and they loved I Lost My Body, Missing Link, Klaus, and Weathering With You. Abominable did shitty, but Abominable still feels like it could get in at the Golden Globes. So I'm very confused. I'm really feeling Klaus now, though, because that seems so popular. I put in Missing Link because of how well that did at the Annies. I'm going to go with I Lost My Body for the last pick.
You know, this is just the takeover of Netflix in the animated awards category this year.
How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World, and Abominable looked very strong. I am kind of calling a crazy snub with How to Train Your Dragon, a la Lego Batman movie, which got snubbed.
Nobody cared about this one. Like, nobody cared about the existence of this movie.
Abominable also feels like a movie that they would nominate, like Smallfoot, which got nominated.
Yeah,
but again, like, this year is kind of weird and strong. So I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. And Weathering With You, also, I could totally see getting in. And then you have kind of dumber movies like Spies in Disguise and The Addams Family, which seem less likely due to this competition. And finally, we have foreign language feature. Parasite obviously winning. Portrait of a Lady on Fire. They better nominate this. They're gonna nominate this. Pain and Glory, absolutely getting nominated. The Farewell is competing in foreign film, and if they don't nominate it, that will be really weird. Les Miserables is number 5, 2 French films, and that seems like kind of a crowd-pleasing foreign film, which they like a lot. The Untouchables, Capernaum, In the Fade, The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind. This is Chiwetel Ejiofor directed this. People think it's fine, but they do that shit. Like, they nominated Angelina Jolie's In the Land of Blood and Honey. Atlantics, Manos, Beanpole, just some grab bag picks for them.
Manos I could see ending up here.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. The Golden Globes are on Monday, and we will be reacting, and we will be freaking out, and they will upset me. So you gotta stay tuned for that, folks.
How many nominations do you think YTT is getting?